and so well appreciated. So check it out what we got this week. We've got loads of memes. Let's see if my system will let us go through it before we crash again. But if not, don't worry, I'll come back tomorrow or Monday or something, right, and we'll finish it off one way or another. Can you masturbate after your first COVID vaccine dose? Not straight away, you should wait to get home first. Oh, see, I'm so sad we haven't got our wonderful urban harvesting on. We'll see. I'll tell you what, if this gets all the way to the end of all our segments and stuff tonight without it crashing, then I definitely think it's probably going to be something to do with having a guest on at the same time. So, if you think you are smarter than the previous generation, 50 years ago the owner's manual of a car showed how to adjust the valves. Today, it warns you not to drink the contents of the battery. Oh, brilliant. COVID-19 in Australia is like the Spice Girls. Everybody is doing their best except Victoria. Oh dear. Do you know what? I'm sure Victoria was just thrown in there. See, look, Urban Harvesting is saying it's his fault. It's not your fault. I told you earlier. It's Skype's fault or something. But then I did tell you my crash after we'd spoken as well. So there's obviously something going on. I'll figure it out. Don't worry, I'm a professional. Oh, it wasn't Victoria, just the actual brunette to make up the numbers in the group, though. If you ever heard her audition, the top secret leaked audition tape of Victoria for the becoming part of the Spice Girls, you had to be brave to get to the end of that, I tell you. This is classic. Mother-in-law came for dinner and said, "Why does your dog keep looking at me?" I said, "It's because you're using his plate." Do you know what, right? I'll tell you this quick story. I went to a friend's house once, and he lives near where I take Hugo for a walk, right? And so I stopped in to say hello because I wanted to drop something off to him. And he said to me, "Oh, do you want to get a bowl of water for the dog?" And I was like, yeah, that'll be cool. Because halfway around the walk, he'll have a little drink. And his missus came out with a bowl, right? A proper decent looking, I think it was plastic, but it's a decent looking bowl. And Hugo drank water out of it. And do you know, she threw that bowl away in the bin afterwards because a dog had drank water out of it. And I thought we would just wash that up. I mean, in fact, he finishes out all of our bowls of all of our puddings, you know, plates full of food afters. Not all of it, but, you know, the stuff that is all right for him to have. I don't remember ever throwing any cutlery away as a result of a dog licking off it. I don't know, maybe that's just me. Maybe you disagree. Let me know in the chat and the comments. Oh dear. Dear vegans, I killed this cow because it was eating your food. You're welcome. Oh wow. I don't know if I'll get hate or love for that one, but it wasn't mine. It was someone else sent it in. I don't know who sent that. I wouldn't like to guess. Humans are the only species that would cut down trees, make paper out of them, and then write "save trees" on it. Absolutely. This is the sort of stuff that's like only humans would take 400 private jets, burn loads of energy and fuel and create such a massive carbon footprint to go to a meeting to talk about reducing carbon footprints and burning less energy. Like it. Not forcing you, just taking away everything until you consent. It's a big difference. Don't confuse the two. Bambi Secret saying there, her dog used to drink in the 80s out of the coffee cup. Loved the milky coffee and a coffee cake, absolutely. You're still alive, Andy? Yeah, we did collapse in a little pile of shivering, foaming out of the mouth in the corner of the room moment. But we made it back. But unfortunately, we've lost our guest tonight because I can only think that's part of, if not the problem, but we'll see how we get on for the rest of the show. So, when I was young, I was scared of the dark. Now when I see my electricity bill, I'm scared of the lights. A lot of people are feeling that right now. Oh dear. When told the reason for daylight saving time, the old Indian said, only the government would believe that you could cut a foot off the top of a blanket, sew it to the bottom, and have a longer blanket. Oh. A long time ago, we had empires run by emperors. Then we had kingdoms run by kings. And now we have countries Oh, wow. It does make you wonder who sits there and think these up, doesn't it? Yeah? Like someone sitting in there. I mean, people would say sitting in their mother's basement and all this sort of nonsense. I'm sure it's not. Little bit dodgy on the resolution here, but I'll read it for you. It dries the washing using the very latest technology. A combination of solar and wind power. See the theme? Oh dear. Yeah. Good old days. Didn't need tumble dryers. But with all the solar dimming that Bill Gates is doing and proposing, we're not getting much sun for our solar panels now, are we? So... Daddy, why do I have to wear this? Because I lack the courage to stand up for your rights, son. Oh! Make it a good spin, Billy. Better spin past that one pretty quick. Oh! Conspiracy theorists are crazy. Who would think rich people never get together and have a plan? Because rich people never get together and have a plan. Of course not. Jeez. Is that a new memes intro, says Michelle? Yeah, it's half new. It's not finished yet. It needs some adjustment. But what you thought health advice? I really like this one. I so yay this one. What you thought health advice would look like, what it actually looks like. 100%. So this is coming. This is somewhat covered in the SHTF news today. Those that were with us. Warning. Yesterday we noticed you criticised the government on Facebook. Your account has been therefore suspended for 14 days. Just following what's going on in the chat as well. It's always good to see. Protect the vulnerable. Yeah, look. Big Pharma stab-proof vest. Nasty. Fact checkers. Fact checkers. Didn't exist until the truth started getting out. Oh dear. Check this out. Don't forget, having been like graphic designer and all that for many, many years, I can tell you now that none of these things happen by accident. Everything is thought through. Every little detail. When you're at that level, working for Time magazine and that, as the editor-in-chief and the graphic designers and that, none of this shit happens by accident. Look at this dog's face. It's classic. I am no longer the family pet. Me and your dad are together now, and it's about time you show me some fucking respect. Absolutely wonderful. I mean, whoever took that photo and then looked at that photo and had that running through their mind as what they thought that dog was saying is just genius, isn't it? Oh dear. Anyone who's seen the recent you know what clip, Sesame Street thing, will know what this is about. They're just whacking it in the kids' faces now, aren't they? Big time. Interesting chat conversations. You got to be here live. It's where it's at. Especially when when my laptop doesn't get MK Ultra'd from a distance. Oh dear. Rule number 1, Marty. Never set it to 2020. And definitely don't set it to 2022, because that's going to be even worse than 2021, which was already worse than 2020. But I suppose if you set it to 2020, you've got to go through all 2021 and 22. So, yeah. Go back to the 80s, dude. Stay there. Stay there. This is nice. How to make your cat look more active. Do you know what? You could probably sell bed sheets. Yeah, and duvet covers with these patterns on and do quite well. Unless that's what these are, I don't know. I don't know if someone's drawn these on something or whether you can buy that. But yeah, I like it. Thank you. You gotta love the pet memes. Carolyn Rose is saying 2019 wasn't great either. Oh dear. Thank you, Kitty. I think you might have sent that one actually. This is classic. I'm always surprised when heavily tattooed couples have a baby and it comes out blank. Oh, let me know what you think about that in the comments and in the chat. Yeah, good idea. Yeah, you see, Urban Harvesting, for those that are asking, his manufacturing business is doing like garments and clothing and like real high-end stuff as well. Not like crappy, I hate to say it, but not crappy like Chinese quality. We're talking proper, decent machinery. I've seen it all. He's got like every machine you can possibly imagine for putting clothing items together. So we can talk about that in later shows, right? But yeah, he's got the means to put those sheets together. We're talking about these things here, look. So there's our new Ultimate Live Show business idea. Our family effort, yeah? And we'll all have shares in it. Who's the daddy, says Christina G. Oh dear, someone heavily tattooed. She looks happy though. That's the main thing. We can no longer call a 30-day ban Facebook jail. It must now be referred to as metapause. Lovely. Like it. I think that was Christina who sent that. Might have been. Oh, classic. Thank you, Ty, for this one, Urban Harvesting. When you leave your car idling in the driveway and the doorbell rings. Ding dong. How dare you? Oh, dear. Had sex for 1 hour and 40 seconds last night. Thanks, daylight savings. 1 hour more than usual. You cannot raise your children the way your parents raised you, because your parents raised you for a world that no longer exists. Do you know what though? Looking at this, you could say that equally our parents raised us for the world that they came from, not the world that we were coming into. So I think this is a paradigm that continues perpetually through time. Assuming you're in a time where there's so much change, and I think that's the key with this and where it comes in, is because we're experiencing so much enormous change in such an enormously short amount of time in comparison to the amount of change, it doesn't really give much room for people to grow into it and to sort of slowly climatize, warm up in the pan before jumping out like a frog would, for example, yeah? Lots of people are jumping out of the pan, they're feeling that water boiling up quite quickly, and so this is why there's almost like a global awakening going on, right? People are figuring it out because the water's getting like hotter than feels like normal. And it's starting to hurt, and people are thinking, hold on a minute, this ain't supposed to hurt, this is supposed to be to help. But yet we all feel like we're boiling here like some fucking frogs in a pan. If you know what I mean. He's ranting and it's the memes. A picture of Lucifer accepting a medal by some dude in a Halloween costume. There he is. And of course, don't forget himself. Yeah, he was our lucky winner last week of the Poopin Pigeons. So for those that missed our wonderful Dr. Fauci getting pooped last week, check that out. And don't forget, we've got Poopin Pigeons coming up tonight as well. So don't forget, we've got to come up with our latest winner and get it figured out. Oh, and look, we're back to the beginning. Wow, that went quickly. I think there was about 30 memes. Thank you, everyone. Let me know what you think in the chat. Looks like people are liking it. How dare you?